Hey guys, welcome back to another flashlight review. Today we're going to be looking at the Nextorch TA30W, and this is an early present that I got from Nextorch. The TA30W is a variant of the award-winning TA30C that I reviewed previously. It's won a Red Dot award, and I've always wanted to test this one out because, you know, the TA30C is one of my favorite 18650 lights. But the warm version is always nicer to obviously use at night, just easier on the eyes. The TA30W has the same patented mode selection dial back here. This allows you to switch between the different modes. It's also got this one-step shortcut to turbo and strobe with a full press. So the TA30W comes with an included 18650 cell, and the cell, as you can see here, rated at 2600 milliamp hours, also comes with a USB-C charging port here on the side. This is in order to just increase the water resistance of the light itself, make it less likely for water to get in. This is the box that you get with the TA30W. You can pause the video here if you want to check out some of the specifications. On the back as well, there's some additional information in there. You also get a few other accessories, including the USB-C charging cable. You have a lanyard here as well. Instruction manual, pretty simple instruction manual. It's only like one page of instructions. And you also get this adapter, CR123 adapter, so you can run the light on two CR123 cells. So here is a little comparison of the TA30W with a few other tactical flashlights that I have. On the left, I've got the Workhorse FC12, which is a little bit longer, but also, as you can see, the diameter is smaller. You've also got the Phoenix PD35R, another one of my favorites, pretty much the same size, but the Phoenix does have, again, a smaller diameter bezel. Convoy S8, kind of like the smallest tactical style flashlight that I have. Okay, and also a 21700 cell light, the Phoenix P23i. So you can see a substantial difference in size between these two. So I took my Nextorch TA30C out here on the right, and as you can see, there's pretty much no difference in the design, the construction of both of these lights, and you know where the differences lie basically come down to the LEDs. So yeah, you can see smooth reflector, cool LED in there, and you've got the orange peel reflector, and the warm LED. A little close-up of the Nextorch TA30W, and high quality machining over the entire light. I think this is one of the best quality flashlights out there, tactical flashlights anyway, and the entire body is milled from a single piece of aluminium. The only part that can be unscrewed is the tail cap. The head appears to be glued on. And yeah, this definitely goes a long way to improve the heat dissipation, heat conductivity of this light. There's going to be a heat sink in there for the LED. And I really love the anodization as well. This goes to, you know, same thing with pretty much all my Nextorch flashlights. Very grippy, matte black. No shine to it, doesn't attract any attention. It's got this military style to it as well. And for those of you who don't know, Nextorch do have contracts with multiple law enforcement agencies around the world. The threads on the back are very nice as well. They're anodized, square cut, okay, which is important for me with a light that you have to constantly take the battery out and charge. So yeah, those threads aren't going to wear out. So looking down the bezel of the TA30W, there's an unspecified 4500K LED in there. It's rated at 1500 lumens. Not sure what it is. It looks almost like an Osram P9, but yeah, not sure. Glass lens on the front with orange peel reflector, and the OP reflector that Nextorch use it's kind of like, it's slightly mottled, so it doesn't have a very deep grained pattern in there, so you still retain decent amount of throw. You've got this titanium strike bezel here, very tough, and 3 ceramic glass breaking beads. There's also these anti-roll cutouts on the head as well. So moving on to the switch here in the back, Nextorch have this painted switch, and you can see here you can rotate through to the different modes. You can even have it on strobe mode as well, and just the normal tack mode. Now, when it's on tack mode or any of the other modes, essentially, if you half press, you get access to the highest mode, and then full press will give you access to strobe very easily. The button is big, functions as a battery indicator, so you sort of got to switch it to another mode. You can see there it starts glowing blue. Also, when you put in a new battery, it will glow whichever color depending on the charge of the battery. And I like that the button is also made out of metal. All right, so I want to go through the UI and just show you how the light is used. Very simple. You don't even need to look at the instruction manual. You've got this tack mode here, so you can see that little white dot is lined up with the tack mode. So yeah, when it's on tack, half press will give you turbo, full press will give you strobe. Now this is the first mode here. It's kind of like a low, and then you can slide again, medium, high mode, and then you've got the strobe mode in there. So yeah, and like I said, when you're in that low mode here, you can also half press to access high. So you might just be walking around and you want to use a very low mode, but then have that access to high, that high mode, and also strobe if you need it. I ran a couple of ceiling bounce tests with my Nextorch TA30W, and you can see here on the high mode, you get about 2 minutes of runtime before the light steps down to about 30% of its output. And there is a couple of minor step downs at the 10-minute mark and just before the 20-minute mark, but you're still retaining about 30% or a third of the output. I ran a second ceiling bounce test on the medium mode, and you can see here the light maintains between 90 to 100% of its output for the 35 minutes that I ran the test for. Also ran some tests with my Audible Light Master Pro, and you can see here on the high mode, I got 288 meters of throw, 72 CRI, and CCT range between 4,700 and 5,100. The Nextorch TA30W produces a throwy beam. It's a great combo of flood and throw. There's no ringiness in the beam, especially due to this nice orange pill reflector in there. The hot spot also blends nicely into the spill. So some considerations to keep in mind. There's no onboard charging with this light. Now, I don't mind this for tactical lights because it feels more structurally sound and yeah, makes it more waterproof, but that might be an issue for some of you. But yeah, like I said, it's common for most serious tactical flashlights. Second consideration is that the edges of the beam do show these bezel cutouts due to that recessed lens in there. But again, yeah, this is another feature that I like in tactical lights, that recessed lens. It helps to protect the electronics in there, especially when you're going to use that bezel to break a window, something like that. Third consideration is the TA30W is going to be pricier than a lot of those run-of-the-mill budget tactical lights out there, but you're going to get some unique features and higher quality construction. Final consideration is I really wish that Nextorch had used something like an SFT40, maybe 3000K SFT40, maybe a higher output LED, even like the SFT25R, the new one that's come out recently. Though, yeah, 1500 lumens is definitely more than enough, and the light produces very little heat. Another thing to keep in mind is that the TA30W doesn't throw as far as the cool white version of the TA30C, which throws 338 meters. Overall, the Nextorch TA30W has to be one of my favorite 18650 tactical EDC lights. That warm beam is so much easier in the eyes at night, and it's just perfect size, really, to carry around in your pocket. That simple UI, something I really appreciate these days. Rotating switch just makes it perfect, not only for tactical use, but also as an EDC light. Having that ability to go straight into strobe or to turbo mode is super important for me, no matter what you do. I highly recommend the TA30W if you're looking for a top quality, pocketable tactical flashlight. If you have questions about this light, just let me know down below in the comments and I'll get back to you. If you enjoyed the video, do me a big favor and click the like button. It helps me to get the video out to more people and to grow my channel. And if you want to see more flashlight reviews and news, make sure you subscribe. Nextorch TA30W, and that's the high mode. Really nice throwy beam with a decent amount of flood as well. And I'll go through the lower modes. So you've got the low mode here, which is okay for just close-up use. Medium, quite effective as well. Long range and, well, I guess mid-range, just flood. And then you've got the high mode there. I'll go for a little walk. You can see the beam profile. So I'm just across the river now with the Nextorch TA30W, and you can see here just a bunch of modes that I'm playing with: low, medium, high. That's your high mode, and doing pretty well. Across the river, you can lower it onto the medium mode like this, and then just alternate using the tail switch. It's even hitting the trees all the way out the back there as well. Quite impressive. And the medium does a good job. And I like how the spot isn't so distinct, like it blends in with the flood as well. So a pretty useful beam.